Hey guys, and welcome back to another open weather update. And as you can see here, I got a pretty vanilla world. And also, Happy New Year! We're finally in the future, 2017. There's going to be robots everywhere. It's going to be wonderful. And this is the third time making this video because OBS Studio, I'm about to use record my desktop if this doesn't come out good. Oh my goodness. But OBS Studio's been messing up with me, or messing up on me. And I gotta somehow recompile with NVE and C coders to use the NVIDIA drivers. But regardless of that, thank Paramat for this update because he showed me how to transition night cycles. And thanks a lot, Paramat. He did it in his Snowdrift mod, which is really nice. Let's see how I can transition this. We'll do weather equals 1, and I'll just showcase you can do weather equals 2. Weather equals 3, or weather light, heavy, or storm. Can't type today. And we'll set it to cold equals 1, or cold equals snow, or cold equals rain, just showing how to use it. Or we can do weather clear, and then we'll just do weather 1, not weather 12. Hopefully not. That'd be like a tsunami. But let's see, we'll do cold 1 because I enjoy the snow and it's all gusty and whatnot. Now, let me transition the night cycle, so we'll do time equals 1800 so you guys can see it slowly get darker. And the blue tint and the darkness matches the terrain really nicely. Everything goes nice. And also, the blue tint matches the ground thanks to the Snowdrift mod, which showed me how to do that. Now it's slowly getting darker. I don't know if you guys can notice, so I'll just shut up with the debug off so we can just see this. And it's slowly approaching the darkest time. And I believe we are now at the darkest time. So as you can see, the ground matches the sky. Everything's nice and blue. Everything looks really nice. And also, if we do time equals, I believe it's 4,400, it'll start transitioning lighter again. And this transition is slightly slower, but it is the same. It looks nice. And yeah, it'll just brighten up eventually. Now let me set it back to rain so the particles are more visible. Actually, cold equals 0. And now on my last video, a subscriber told me about an issue where if you go inside and you look out the window, it's not raining out anymore, or it's not snowing out anymore. But if you go back outside, it is. Now the only way I can see actually fixing this issue is getting the player position and then what is it called, rounding it, and then opening up a voxel manipulator and putting it negative 20 x, y, and z, and then positive 20 x, y, and z from the player, and then going through each one of those things and checking if it's walkable, and then checking if it's outside, and then if it is, add a particle spawner. Now, I don't know if that's going to cause a lot of lag. I might have to turn the server steps, or how many server steps it goes through before it actually reinitializes the particle spawner. But I'm going to hopefully be able to implement that. I will implement that, but I don't know how well it's going to work. And the thing is it won't rain or snow down here, but it will out here. But if I have to change the timer to run more server steps before it reinitializes particle spawners or deinitializes them. Then what could happen is you could do weather equals clear or weather equals 0. And what could happen is there could be delay. Or what transversely could happen is you could be walking. Let's just set the weather back to 1. You could walk and the particles keep up with you as you walk, but what could happen is you could walk out of the particle spawner box and then you have no particle spawners around you and the weather's suddenly clear. And yeah, that's not good, but I'll see what's up. I'll see what I can do. Another thing is I'd like to announce is I'm reworking Minecarts now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them to where I want to be. I'm going to be implementing a lot of code from OpenAI into it and making it very physical, as in you don't have to punch the cart, you can just push it around with your body. You can hit it with swords or hit it with, I don't know, your hand for a certain amount of times before it goes into an item or whatever. Hopefully I'll be able to implement furnace carts again, and let's see, what else? I had a few things, chest carts, hopper carts, and that's about it for now, I believe. I don't know if I'm going to do tank carts, because tank carts are a little, you can just carry water buckets around with you. But I'm definitely going to try to make it so you can attach furnace carts to other carts and push them around and all that stuff. Ideally, I'd like to make it so chest carts can pick up items when they're going around the world, and they will interact with mobs, and they will push them out of the way, and also be rebounded by them, so they'll slow down as they push them out of the way. Now, how I'm going to do this, I have no idea. I am still trying to think about it, still processing in my mind, and it seems like a gigantic leap to actually do it. But regardless, I will do some demonstrations later. I'm going to create the basic debug entity of it using the normal minecart, because that already has animations in it. But ideally, and I'm saying ideally a lot because this is an ideal thing I'm trying to communicate here, they will use their Y velocity or use their old position or direction. No, it's not direction. It's their new velocity to set their pitch. And I'm going to make a new minecart mesh thing and just have it so it can go straight up or straight down. So essentially what you can do is have rails that go straight up walls, like magnetic rails. And I don't know how I'm going to implement this, but I'm going to try to. And yeah, just have a bunch of stuff basically so you can have roller coasters in Minetest. That'd be ideally what's going on. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to implement upside down minecart rails. That sounds a little ridiculous. That sounds a little bit too overcomplicated. But if I make this code the way I want it to, and it works correctly, then it should function. Now I'm probably rambling on about this far too long. I'm gonna have to put and minecart, open minecart, yada yada in the title. But ideally what's going to happen in the minecart is it's going to use the pathfinding code from OpenAI, and it's going to get the node that it's in, and it's going to check around it, and it's not going to use any determined lock-on to the rail. It's just going to set the yaw to its direction, and it's going to find a minecart around it and then keep going. And when it's on rail, so let's just use this as an example. So when it's on rail, it's going to collide with the terrain, or not collide with the terrain, I mean. So that way, when I'm setting the acceleration, if there's any lag, then it can go through the terrain, correct itself, and then go back up. Transversely, when it's off the rail, it's going to just be physical. It's just going to slow down. Well, it's going to slow down the rail too, but it's going to slow down a lot faster when it's off the rail. And you're just going to be able to push it around manually with your body. Or I'll probably implement some kind of a right click or left click with a chain thing so you can pull them back to the rails a lot faster than you could push them with your body. or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think about it a lot, and it seems like it would work, but I've got to just double check and actually implement the code into the game. But yeah, that's enough rambling from me. I will be programming this in a few minutes, and yeah, if you want to test out the open weather mod, then it is in the description. And thanks a lot to Paramat for letting me use his code and showing me his code so I could implement the day and night transition cycle to match the terrain. It all works a lot. Or it works, yeah, it works a lot. It works very well with the game. So thanks a lot, Paramat, and I will be signing off for now. I'll see you probably in an hour or two or tomorrow. So see you later, guys.